Air hostess of Reddit, what are some secrets that passengers can take advantage of during a flight? All armrests can go up. There is a button or latch underneath towards the back of the armrest. It's useful if your tray table is down and you need to get up. You should try tomato juice while flying, even if you don't normally like it. Science says it's more delicious at high altitudes. Seriously, Google it. As you exit an international flight, if you walk past the business class section and see a cute little bag, often with a name brand like Chewy, take it, assuming that section already deplaned. It's a care pack that many business class travelers don't use or want. It will contain socks, eye mask, lotion, toothbrush, lip balm etc. Edit. Here's what they look like. Let's say you're traveling with a child who has to use the bathroom. Now let's say there's not enough room in there for you both in case they need help. They close the door on you and latch it. If they can't unlatch or need help, you can find the emergency door latch on the outside of the door under the no smoking placard. If you say, "Look at me, I'm the captain now," you become the captain. If you do a very smelly poo, the pilot will turn the plane around and go back to the originating airport. I've found that if you ask for a Coke, you get a cup of ice filled with Coke. But if you ask for a can of Coke, you get the entire can, which is usually chilled. And you can ask for a cup of ice on the side. It works with any canned drink available, and is nice for when you want more than a gulp before you run out. I'm a flight attendant dude and you can call me a lot of things, but please don't call me an air hostess. Not a hostess, but I travel often. If you select the seat near the emergency exits, you get more legroom space. You just have to verbally confirm you will help in case of an emergency. Bonus: people are now at your mercy at the event of a crash. Vegetarian entrees get delivered first. Order that and you can make your way to the bathroom first. If it's a long flight, bring a package of cookies or chocolates as a thank you gift for the crew. They will love you for it and do whatever they can to make your day. Not an air hostess, but when the beverage service comes around, ask for the can. I've never had anyone say no. I'm always thirsty when I fly and usually chug down whatever is in that tiny cup right away, so being able to refill it a couple times is nice. Booze is free in most intercontinental flights. Is that a secret? I'm just a passenger. I forgot a phone charger and between flights, I was directed to Lost and Found. They had my charger in the office and I got it back and took my connection flight. If you ever forget anything, just go to Lost and Found. It worked for me. They cleaned the plane immediately between flights and I'm just really happy to share this. Maybe it's even too obvious. Also, can you tell me why I want tomato juice so bad on flights but not when I am on the ground? Whether you line up first or last to get on the plane, everyone leaves at the same time. Say you need the halal meal due to religious reasons. It's generally tastier. On BA flights it's a really nice rice dish, and you get served first. Under your seat, you get a free vest. Just don't pull on the cord. Be nice. Flight attendants have given me free booze when they caught me doing nice things. Once I requested the same meal as the person beside me. The flight attendant passed me mine, then told my neighbor that it was the last one. She was sad, so I took a different selection so she could get her first choice. Free booze for me. Another time there was a rude kid in the row behind me. He wouldn't stop kicking seats ahead of him. Me and my neighbor both got free booze for bearing with it. If you're in a rush or your flight was delayed, if you ask them nicely, the captain will allow a select few to grab some parachutes and skydive for a quicker landing once close enough to their destination. Maybe should have added the serious tag there, OP. Not an airline employee, but I recently was on a flight that was way less than 50% booked. My window seat was one of those that didn't align with a window, so I just got a wall. I moved up, not realizing that I sat in the economy plus section, which had nobody in it. Despite the attendant seeing me move, she still gave me the complimentary adult drinks that came with the upgraded section. It is legally fine to slap someone who rests his or her head on your shoulder while sleeping. Dare they think of sleep again on any flight? I take issue with the term air hostess of Reddit. Certainly it should be air hostesses. There is not only one air hostess on Reddit. There are probably at least dozens. Economy Plus will give you an extra inch of foot room, a Sky Shop magazine, a free massage, and if you open the blind at night, you get to see a demon. It's true, never ever drink tomato juice any other time. Yet every flight I go a Bloody Mary and it's sublime. If you want to sit in first class, just do it, we don't mind. Straight mail here, not an air hostess. If you take a red eye from SDF to DFW and miss every single cue of an air hostess flirting with you, he will send you off the plane with 7 little bottles of alcohol and offer to give you a ride anywhere in Dallas. It was weird. Not many air hostesses. Okay, I don't know where all these comments are coming from. They asked for one hostess. Can't you read? S. A question for air hostess. Is there any way to thank or tip you? I have been on a few flights with a significant number of drink coupons. We tried a few times to tip the hostess since they were taking awesome care of our group of 6, but they said they couldn't accept it. Is there something else we should be doing? If you yell shotgun before the plane takes off, there's a 0% chance you'll fly the plane. If you go to the lavatory and the flight attendants haven't unlocked them yet, some airlines lock them during taxi takeoff. Look on the door for a sign or placard that is raised above the surface of the door and isn't a sticker. The lock is under that. Just flip the sign up and slide the lock open. Not an air hostess, but check out the site if you want the best place in the plane. They even warn you of those annoying 1980s media boxes under some chairs. I'm not an air hostess, but if you cry they'll give you the entire can of soda instead of pouring it into a cup. Not an air host, but if you have access to a VIP lounge, either perks of work, bank etc or through family or friends, just take as many of those little cans of pop with you for the flight, since you're past security anyway. Not a host, but if you're planning to sleep and you're traveling alone, get a window seat so you have something to lean on. But before you select your seats, do a test and see if you are most comfortable sleeping with your head resting on the left or right side. If you sleep with your head tilted on the left, choose a left side window seat and vice versa. Careful though, sleeping while seated is not the same as sleeping while laying down, so it might be different. This sounds obvious, but saying please and thank you to the flight attendants when they serve you goes a long way in how they respond to you. If you give the captains a high five, you are legally obligated to fly the plane. 1. If you bring chocolates or goodies to the flight attendants, you will be treated like a god. I personally do this on my flights, so I can't speak for everyone, but if you actually acknowledge me at the boarding door when I greet you, free drink. If you are generally a nice person who isn't throwing a temper tantrum about something that I cannot control, free drink. It is quite shocking how terrible the flying public can be. So I reward the nicest because I sincerely appreciate it. Source: am flight attendant. Pro tip: I actually just learned this and I think everyone should know as well. If the FAA is on your flight, they can fine you. That's right, the FAA can give passengers tickets for getting up when the seatbelt sign is on. I just witnessed this. So please try to be aware of the seatbelt signs. I know it's a little annoying, but ultimately it is for your safety. I have heard way too many stories of flight attendants' passengers being severely hurt during turbulence. Also, when a flight attendant tells you that the seatbelt sign is on, you have to go back to seat. It's not because we are trying to be annoying. We are required by the FAA and the company to tell you. We are also subject to a fine as well if we don't make it known. I am an informer, not an enforcer, so the choice is ultimately yours. Don't say I didn't warn you. Edit. Added pro tip cause I just remembered it. Is there a chance for me to get one of those pins badges, wings, like how the kids can get? I'm not a kid. I'm in my 20s. People who think they know secrets but in reality post well-known or false things. If you take a flight with SQ, you could ask for a range of things like toothbrush, pen, notepad, poker cards, eye mask, sewing kit, comb and shaver. In economy, oh, and if it's your birthday or wedding anniversary, declared it somehow during your ticket booking process, we will bring you cake with fancy deco and a glass of champagne. Might even get a card filled with cruise signatures and well wishes. If you have a kid with you, ask for children's toys. Special dietary meals get served first. There's a button underneath the mirror in all aircraft's lavatory. Press that. Mirror will swing out and you'll see how we hide them extra toilet rolls and boxes, but please don't take all of them on a full flight.